Hello and welcome to the Mystical Arts Academy Business Spotlight, where we shine the light on you, your services and your business. On our Mystical Arts Academy's Facebook page and website, we're creating a space where you can find resources for anything and everything spiritual, paranormal, mystical and supernatural, including guided meditations, one-to-one tarot and mediumship readings, courses, lectures and, coming next year, even retreats. We held regular interactive Zoom sessions where you can also come and ask questions, improve your knowledge and skills, and even make new friends. Okay, so let's get going. So my guest today is Hazell from Ask Hazell, and she's been in IT, an IT specialist for over 20 years. She specialises in social media design, website design, SEO services, that's search engine optimization if you don't know, and promotions. She's done work for several psychic mediums and coaches, and as a psychic herself, understands the needs of your business, which helps her give you exactly what you and your business needs. So let's give Hazell a big warm welcome. Hi Hazell.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm pretty good. It's very warm in the UK today though, very warm. So yeah, all good though, all good. So how are you anyway? Whereabouts are you based?
I'm based in France, so it's extremely warm. It's 36 here today, and I'm in the northern area of France.
Oh, and I'm complaining when it's 25 here. Although I think it did creep up to 27, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So you're an IT specialist. That's quite a feat. I mean, normally you anticipate IT people to be guys, don't you? So what got you into your business? How did you start your business?
So when I originally went into IT, you are correct. And to this day, it is very much a male-dominated area. And that just, to me, was just like a red flag. I was just like, not having this. I don't believe that any industry should be dominated by any one sex. So I originally went into IT by a company that now has got a new name. They were known as Norwich Union in the day, and became Aviva, and I went on and on and on until I got into project management, which I've done for probably the last 12 years, managing for clients, websites, design, testing their websites. I've worked for Burberry, Morrison's, Barclays, Highways Agency, lots and lots of different organisations. Towards the end of November, my contract that I was currently working on came to an end. And I've been back to back working, and I thought I need some time out. And being very spiritual and, as you said, psychic myself, I thought, you know what, it's time to do a bit of grounding, go back to basics. So me and my French partner, we took some time out, travelling around France and Spain and Italy. And in the new year, I thought it's time to look for the next IT contract. But the market was absolutely shocking. And all the time I've been in France now for a year and a half, France has been very much a place that's been very free to me. I came here for many reasons, apart from meeting a Frenchman. It was the organic food. It was the love of everything spiritual and psychic. Everyone embraces it. In the UK, for me personally, in my circle of people, a lot of people thought it was a bit woo-woo. Anyway, because of that, I was able to work on my own psychic development, and because I was in the countryside, etc., the downloads were coming thick and fast. And it was almost like, whether you want to call it the universe or the spirit, they were saying to me, start your own business. We have given you the skills. You've had 20 years. You can do this yourself. All the time, people were saying, oh, just ask Hazell, she can do it, because of my technical knowledge. And it was a bit of a joke in the beginning. And then when I decided, I thought, well, what have I got to lose? I've no job currently. I can try and set up a business. I'll do most of it myself because of my IT background. Let's try it. And then I thought, well, what do I call a business? And I thought, well, it's got to be simple. Just call it Ask Hazell. I set up a Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, create a website, email, all the usual things. And that was 4 weeks ago. Started promoting. I have to say at the moment, Facebook is the big one for me, as in the most people and the connections, etc. And all of a sudden, a friend of mine who is a psychic medium, she said to me, I'm really struggling at the moment with getting clients in. And I said, oh, what social media do you have? Sure, I've got TikTok, Instagram, and I've got Facebook, and all the logos on the different applications were all different. There were spelling mistakes. There was all manner of things. So I said to her, I said, right, can I ask you something? Have you got a Linktree account? Oh, what's one of them? So then I explained to her the analogy of Linktree being like a 4-drawer filing cabinet, and said you put Facebook in one, TikTok on the next, Insta in another one, whatever it is, the different platforms you use. I said, what Linktree does is it creates you, you click on one link and it takes you to a beautiful page that I design for the clients with all your different things in. So here's links to my Facebook, here's all my posts from Instagram, here's all my YouTube videos, etc. So she didn't have a website, and we just went with this Linktree, and I created it, designed it all. Because again, I'm psychic, I understand people, and this was a friend. I understood that she loved everything royal, so purples and things like that. So I created her Linktree with purple and a hint of gold, and it was all very royal and it was beautiful. And we put it out to the world, and I said, right, let me have access to your Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram. I'll add your Linktree in, and people will see that and be able to contact you. Added in her PayPal to it all, so that she had the full package, so that if anyone came in, they could go on her Linktree, go on her shop bit, book a 45-minute reading, book a Reiki healing, whatever it was they wanted. And that was it. Never thought anything more of it. And this was in May. And she came back to me on my birthday, and she said to me, you're not going to believe this. She said, I've just gone to that email that you set up for me 3 weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, okay. Why weren't you in there before now, kind of thing? And she said, I've got 35 bookings that I've got to do. And literally, it's gone like that ever since. She's getting booking after booking after booking. So we created her a website. And then someone came on, another psychic, onto Instagram and said, we love your Linktree. So she said, oh, Ask Hazell did it. And that's how the company started. And so I took on a second psychic medium who also did healing and womb healing, pain trauma, and various other things, as well as tarot cards and mediumship. She already had a website, but when I looked at it, and I tried to say this in the nicest way possible, and I did explain it to her, I had to use the phrase, did Stevie Wonder create your website? And she's like, why? And I went, I had to turn it off after 5 seconds because it was sensory overload. It was picture on top of picture with clip art on the top. There was 6 or 7 different types of fonting on the website, everything. So I just went, right, I'm going to strip it back, made it white, and we started again. Created her the website, uploaded it, started working on SEO for her. And then I introduced to these 2 clients social media packages on a monthly basis. So what I do is every day I send out 3 or 4 social media packages, social media images, usually like animated, sometimes AI, sometimes static. I said, you put them on all your social media. And when you put them on your social media, it will engage more. And also another thing, which is completely key, is adding the right music. So TikTok have what they call viral music, and Instagram. Facebook has music. It's not as key. But I started doing that because I studied music at school. But because I understand the psychics of the world and I know what they do for a living, once I have that initial conversation with them, we can do all of this online, and I create them a website. And so the second psychic, she started getting loads of bookings. We were watching her SEO traffic. She was saying I've gone from having, I know, she'd get maybe 10 bookings a week to the point where now she's actually had to buy a physical notebook to plan people in because she can't get them all done in the time scale she's got. And I thought, well, this is working. Let's keep going. And literally, I got another 2 psychics. And then my final client, because obviously I'm only a month old, so I am small at the moment, my 5th client was a...
Oh, you've frozen. Oh, it looks like we've lost her. We've lost Hazell. Hazell, where are you? Come back. All is forgiven. Okay, go for it.
So I got a 5th client off the back of the other tarot readers and mediumship psychics. And she was a mindfulness coach, content writer, and Reiki healer. So, and she also did homemade skincare, which was organic. Which I'm an organic girl, so I love all that. So I've started working with her now, and she literally, I've only been working with her for about 4 or 5 days, and she said, I haven't sold any of my organic creams for months, and she said I've had 15 orders this week, and I was like, yes. The pattern is working. It's, for me, it's very key. I think because I'm a psychic medium myself, so I pick up very intuitively, and also I understand the job of these people that they're doing, and I then just, you ask the right questions. Do you have a love of animals? What colours you like? Where's your audience, etc. Then leave me to it. Because we work remotely, which is brilliant for all of us. Some of these psychics have full-time jobs, so I'll do work in the evening quite happily. Because I might be doing a dog walk during the day or going to the gym. So it's very much about being flexible, but having a listening ear to give these small businesses what they want, and ultimately to drive them more traffic.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you've got to read between the lines as well, haven't you? I mean, I'm IT as well. I've been in IT for 40 years. It's my main stay, but my passion is the spirit side of things. I'm a Reiki master, spiritual medium, accredited spiritual healer as well. So yeah, I'm fully on board with all what you say. It's absolutely fantastic. But again, you do have to read between the lines, because some people find it difficult to express what their business is, even though they're doing it day in, day out. So you do have to read between the lines. So that's absolutely fantastic. So you've only been been trading your IT business, Ask Hazell, for a month now. So that's brilliant. So
very new.
So and you've told us what inspired you to start the business, moving on into newer life. So tell us a bit about your mediumship.
So my mediumship, it really started probably only about 8 years ago. I would be sat there and I didn't know what was happening. I mean, I always saw like orbs. I almost I used to hear things. I was always hearing a dog bark, and it wasn't my dog. I started hearing voices saying things to me, and then I also started getting sensations around smells and stuff. A lot of the as I now call them downloads for me were things around music, food, and things like memories that the person I'm with. It's almost like they're showing me a memory of something that happened to that person. It's not so much for me at the moment anyway that I see spirit or as such, but I get these downloads, and I can say things to people. Like I could say something to you right now because I've got Jaffa cakes in my ear. I don't know why I've got Jaffa cakes, but they keep giving me Jaffa cakes, and they keep giving me, for some reason, there's a name for it, but it's like a fruit cake in a loaf. That sometimes there's a memory for you or in your family where someone would bake it, and I don't know if there's Welsh connections, because they keep showing me this Welsh fruit cake where it gets in a tin, like a bread tin, and then it's sliced and there's like butter gone on the top of it. So it's just things like that. They just throw them in my head and say, "Give that." Like they just said Smarties as well, and they don't mean drugs, they mean Smarties as in them Cadbury's little sweetie things. So that's how it all started. And then I met a psychic online through Facebook when we went into COVID, and I went through the doing the like round circles, if you will, to train and do it all. And for me, it's very much it's intuitive. Like I don't do tarot cards as such. I mean, I do have them and I try with them, but oracle cards seem to work better for me. And then, as I say, usually I say this up here, as I define it, kicks in, and they just like, forget them cards. We've got things to tell you, and I have to start scribbling and sometimes drawing things and talking about, because they're showing me a silver car that needs to go for a service, and I don't know that's for you or someone else around you, but they're just giving me that to pass on. This is what they do, and they start chattering in my ear, and I have to say, then slow down a bit, because this was all a bit wild and wonderful to me. But I went through doing all of the training, and then every now and again I used to go on to these like Facebook, lives that were on, where you could maybe get a reading if you were lucky on the night. And this one guy came and he says, I'm going to pick you, Hazell. I went, oh, okay. I thought, I'm going to get a reading. This is fabulous. And then he went, you're going to give me a reading. I went, excuse me. And I was like, oh, I had like a bit of brain freeze for a moment. He said, I know you're spiritual. He said, I've seen you on a couple of times. He said, I think you need to give me a reading. And he proper put me on the spot. So I just thought, oh, I'll go with it. I'm not scared of camera. And I gave him a reading, and he said to me, you told me 10 things, and 9 of them are absolutely spot on. And I thought, this is it. I'm going to keep doing it. I don't do it per se for a living or to, to make any money. I've since met so many psychic mediums who are like probably some of my best friends, and they often ring me up and say, do some oracle cards or channel for me now. And I just babble out what comes in my head, and they go, oh my God, I can't believe it. I even said to a girl today, she rang me up, and she's fairly well known on TikTok. She said, I need something from you. And I said, they want me to give you Michael Jackson, You Were Not Alone. I said, I don't know why. Beautiful song. I love it, but I don't know why. And she just said, oh, my ex has just come back into my life, and that was the song he used to play for me all the time. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting it now. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. That's how I got into it.
Yeah, it's wonderful when spirit come through like that, and
I love it.
And they can be very persistent as well.
Oh, so I've seen, yeah.
Yes, without a doubt. Okay, so let's sort of moving back onto your IT services. So is it just websites and promoting and sort of TikTok and things like that, social media management in effect? Is that all you're doing, or do you do other IT work as well?
I do some other IT work outside of Ask Hazell. Still do a bit of project management on the side, just part-time here and there for a French company. But it's predominantly the creation of websites with Ask Hazell. I do SEO work. I do setting up of link trees, setting up social media accounts. I create daily social media posts for all of the clients, animated and not animated. I also, where am I going with this? Oh my God, I just got to tell Spirit, they try talking me and I'm telling them to go away and leave me alone because I'm losing my track here. I also work with my clients to do promotions. So because of my IT background, I'm in a lot of big groups on Facebook. So what I do is then start promoting these people to get them more visible. I do anything like IT support as well. So, sometimes some of my clients who are on said package, I'll say, oh, do you know what? I'm trying to upload something on my laptop. It's just not happening. I can't do it. And I just say, right, let me just either nip on a call or I'll go on WhatsApp or whatever, and I sort it out for them. There's so much in the world that can be done remotely. It's amazing.
Oh, it is, isn't it? It's fantastic. I mean, the way things have changed since the pandemic, with Zoom and all the other platforms, you're just a thought away, aren't you now? It's like with Spirit, just a thought away. Our loved ones in Spirit, again, just a thought away. And again, we're just a thought away to be able to help our customers with their IT problems. So,
well, it's exactly that, because when I look at it, I mean, I don't want to go into the conversation, but COVID is a conversation that I don't agree with. Let's just leave it at that. But the massive benefit out of this was for, say, someone like me, when I first started doing all of the psychicness when COVID came in, was that, I lived out at the time in the sticks in Lancashire, where, you were 20 miles to the first spiritualist church and the next one 40 miles away. Well, when COVID came in, I was online every night of the week going on these live, readings and stuff from different spiritual churches. So, it has brought us closer together and helped us communicate better.
It has, hasn't it? It really has. It's really bringing like-minded people together, which is fantastic. That's one of the biggest problems that we've been around. I mean, people are talking about the great reset that's coming and what have you. But being able to come together with again like-minded people is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so silly question: who would your spiritual crush be? Putting you on the spot.
Spiritual crush?
Yeah.
Oh, you really are putting me on. Okay, I used to really follow a guy in America called John Edwards.
Oh, you know John Edwards? Really love him to bits, yes?
Yeah. Really, really do like him. I also, and it wouldn't be so much of a crush because it wouldn't be correct in any shape or format. But there's a much younger man in America called Tyler Henry.
Yes, that's right.
A
Know him as
young
well.
young
Yeah,
blonde lad.
yeah.
Yeah. I find him very, very accurate. I don't to offend anyone, but I'm not a Sally Morgan fan personally. I've seen the American lady with the big blonde hair from Florida, I think she is.
Teresa. Yeah,
She's Teresa Caputo, whatever her name is.
that's it.
She's very good. Yeah, there's not so many English ones, if I'm honest. A lot of these American ones have really stuck out to me.
Yeah, they have, haven't they? I think it's more of American culture, though, isn't it? They're sort of
Yes.
big personalities. I mean, we've had Derek Acora, who's now unfortunately in spirit.
He's
Tony
very, yeah.
Stockwell. I've been on a couple of his
Oh, have
online
you?
courses, and I've also been
Yeah.
on his retreat. That was good 2003 in Scarborough. Scarborough's a little
Oh,
seaside town, if you don't know, in the
I
UK.
know where it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, one more silly question. If you could have dinner with any spiritual teacher, alive or dead, who would it be?
With any spiritual teacher. Oh, la 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 la. Doris Stokes.
God, yes, yes, I love Doris Stokes. I've read her books many times.
Brilliant.
She is the person, or her. I found it. I found the book, Innocent Voices in my ears. When I
Yeah.
was 16, I'd just left school during the summer holidays, looking through the drawers, trying to find something to do. Came across this book, could not put it down. I read it
It was
cover to cover.
brilliant.
I've got them all, read them all multiple times. Really good. Really
Yes.
love Doris. Yes.
She was a
Yeah.
mate. Her books were so good, and I was the same as you. I think because I came from a family that probably didn't agree or believe in all of this, it was for me as a youngster, it was very muted. I know now when I look back, things happened in my childhood. I saw a few things, etc., when I was in my bedroom and whatnot. And I remember going to college from 16 to 18 and going in the library because I was bored one day and I wanted to get something to read. And
Sorry,
the
motorbike going past.
Oh,
Don't
wonder
you?
what that name was. And then I literally went into this area of the library and I just saw this lilac book and this little old lady with blonde, sort of bobbed curly-ish hair. And it said Doris Stokes, psychic medium. And I literally sat in the library for what was meant to be 15 minutes. And I was just like, I went back to the shelf and checked out every single book. And I was so paranoid that I hid them in my rucksack because I thought my mum sees them sugar nuts. She was really not into any of that. And I read every single book. And years later, I bought them all again for myself.
Yeah, again, I've done the same. Got a video of hers as well that I've converted into PC format when videos were on the way out. So yeah, love
Yeah.
Doris Stokes. Derek Acora, Doris Stokes, Tony Stockwell. They're the main ones for
The
me.
great ones here, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, what's the most magical moment you've experienced while running your business in the last 4 weeks? I know it's only 4 weeks, so there might not be any magical ones, but have you had any magical moments?
I have, because I took on a girl that I haven't mentioned in this conversation so far, and she had a website and it needed paring back. So I pared it all back, and me being the communicator that I am, I was like, right. I asked about 8 questions, colours, themes. I knew what she was doing in terms of that she was offering various types of tarot readings, spiritual readings, and healing, etc. So I knew what I wanted. Anyway, I asked all the questions, and bless her, she was a little bit vague with me when she came back, and I thought, right, I'm going to have to read between the lines here because I hadn't got much feedback from her. So I sat down, sat at my laptop, and I thought, where are we going with this? And then Spirit kept jumping into me. So I thought, right, I'm gonna have 15 minutes with Spirit. And I was writing down what they were telling me. And they kept talking about royal blue with accents of gold. And then they kept showing me some like almost I can't think of it was almost like when you Charles Rennie Mackintosh, his wife was the designer of the furniture and he did most of the jewellery. But if you think of that kind of design, they kept giving me that in my head. So I thought, right, fair enough, I'll take all that. So I went away and I spent the best part of a whole day absolutely decimating this website and bringing it back up to what I thought was a first draft. And I found out that she works during the day, so that's why she'd been a little bit vague. Anyway, said to her, sent her a message on Messenger and said, when you get home tonight, have a look at your website. I said, and we'll start making changes. And didn't hear anything. And I thought, this is really strange. I hope she does like it, because I was panicking. And then I get a phone call from a British number, me being based in France. I'm like, hello, thinking it's another O2 scam mobiler. And it was the girl I was working with, Danielle. And she just went, and I could hear her sobbing down the phone. I was like, what's wrong? She went, my website is so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. And even I felt quite emotional, because I had very little to go on. So it was my intuition and what Spirit gave me. And I just knocked out a website for her, and she was just like, it's more than I could have ever wanted. And as a result, not only are we now more or less finished with her website, she's also signed up to a monthly ongoing support package with media and SEO and, you know, whatever she needs changing on the website. So that was my aha moment when I thought, I've made the right decision.
Yeah, that
You know,
sounds good. Yeah.
I gambled a lot to do this, because, you know, if I had kept looking for full-time IT work, which would have paid handsomely, whereas was sitting here charging very reasonable rates, which amounts to absolutely nowhere near what I could be earning. And I thought, no, this is what Spirit want me to do.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. It's really heartwarming, isn't it, when you can help a client in such a way. So,
Oh God, yeah.
what systems do you use? Is it sort of, can you take on any website, or is it just a specific content management system that you use?
No, I'll use any, because a lot of the clients, particularly in the psychic world, they've some of them have already got websites. You know, they've had Wix, GoDaddy, and various other ones. I've used all of them, so they all do the same thing, but you just have to find the different tweaks and changes. They're in different places depending on who the provider is. So it's I can do any type of, you know, if you've already got a website, it's not a problem to me where it's hosted, etc. I'm fine with that.
Okay, so on the hosting side of things, do you do the hosting as well? I thought you just mentioned it.
Yes, hosting is coming in now, so that's been the sort of, as I've opened up, I went with a soft approach of doing this first, doing that, and bringing it out, and then I said to all clients, right, we'll be doing hosting, and everyone is really keen on that. So that's the newest member of the family, so to speak, doing the hosting for people. So I'll be working on that over the next week or so to get it ready.
Oh, nice, excellent. I mean, a one size fits all, or a one person to deal with, is a lot better than having your hosting here and your website designed by someone else and your
Absolutely,
emails
yeah.
with someone else. I mean, the Microsoft debacle with all the stuff that's going on there when their system went down, it just
Oh
amazing,
yes.
isn't it? Amazing. So yeah, so you're going to be creating, so you're looking after existing websites on different platforms.
Yes.
And you're also going to be starting to create your own websites, your brand new websites for clients as well.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yep.
Correct. Yes.
Super. So, do you have a content management system you want to you're more familiar with, or you want to use?
I'm swaying at the moment, so it's probably a question to ask me on another occasion, because my mind isn't made up completely on this one. Yeah, I'd leave it at that for the moment being, but I definitely think I'm swaying more to one side at the moment. I'm
Yeah.
just doing
Yeah.
a little pros and cons chart this weekend to go which way am I going to go.
Okay. Well, we'll have a chat afterwards, and I'll tell you what I use. Really, really
Oh
good,
yes,
good
certainly,
platform.
yeah.
I mean, we look after. I mean, I'm not. This is your spot, not mine. But I look after 240 odd domains and 170 websites. So yeah,
Wow.
I've been around all the different CMSs. So I'll give you a.
Yes.
You know, once we've finished, we'll
Thank
have a little
you.
chat about CMSs. So,
Yes.
what's one bit of advice, either spiritual or business, that you would give someone just starting out?
Believe in yourself, and don't come to this in a, what's the word I want to use, in a state of fear. because a state of fear, if you're into manifestation as I am, a state of fear is a no. If you're in a state of need, it's a want and you won't get it. So what you have to do is you have to almost get to a point of fear to accept it, to then let the universe bring things in for you. You just have to believe that you can do it. And it's, as I always say, it's half the battle.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, go forward. Especially if it's a spiritual business, you know that you're going to have your guides with you, your family in spirit as well. They're going to be helping. So just, they're just a thought away. All you have to do is ask for a sign, ask for a symbol, something like that, and they will point you in the right direction if they can, if you listen as well. That's the main thing. So one last question. If you could ask your younger self, if you could give your younger self one piece of spiritual advice, what would it be?
I should have started my spiritual journey much earlier and not felt like that I would be judged, because I unfortunately came at the time when I was still around them. I came from a family that were very controlling, Catholic. Not that that's got anything to do with it, but Irish Catholic family. And for me, it very much felt like I couldn't be me. I had to suppress myself because I'd sit in the car and there'd be an advert on the radio and my parents would be driving and I'd be going, George Michael comes on next. It's going to be, you got to have faith, and it would come on like that, and it became a standing joke internally to me because I couldn't voice myself. I felt very I want to do this to my throat, like I couldn't speak, and I would have been probably a lot better than I am at the moment with it. But at the end of the day, we all have regrets. And all you can do is, turn them regrets into something good. And that's why I worked really hard in my spiritual journey to make sure that, when I did do readings for people, that what I gave them was something of value, but also that they could go, oh my God, yeah, that's right. My grandma was called Mary or whatever,
Yeah, that's good. Again, if you are one of our listeners are watching this and you're thinking about starting a business, just do it. What could go wrong?
Absolutely. What's the worst that could go wrong?
Exactly.
It fails. And failure isn't the end. I always say this because I'm quite into all this positivity and manifestation. Failure is never the end. There's always a new story, and it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've started this business at the age of 51. I'm not 21. I would have done it at 61, 71. It doesn't matter what age you are. If you have a dream, follow your dream. And I put positivity posts all the time on social networks to tell people, believe in yourselves, get out and go grounding, which if anyone doesn't know, just walking your bare feet in the grass, look and appreciate the beautiful sky and the flowers and the butterflies, and just have a moment and say, I love myself and I am worthy of everything. And then ask Spirit. I do it all the time. I say to Spirit, come on, give me a sign, show me, what's next. As particularly these last 4 weeks, in how to order what I did next in building up the business. And Spirit gave me stuff in my dreams. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd be scribbling notes. Just believe and ask, and you'll get everything that you're rightly owed.
Yes. 100%. Asking it is given. You need to put the emotion and the feeling in there as well. Heartfelt emotion, not just ask. You can ask till the cows come home. You have to put the emotion in there, without a doubt. Yes. Okay, so any last words before we get off?
Well, just to say to anybody who's watching this, you can go out onto the World Wide Web, Google and all these other places, and you can get yourself a website created. You can have SEO services, you can have multimedia marketing packages, the works. And I actually urge you to go out and look at all these companies that are doing it. And these companies are massive companies who, I feel, unlike myself, won't give you the personal touch. What they will give you is a massive, massive dent in your bank account, or even put you in debt for their services. And when I set up Ask Hazell, the reason I did it was two things. I wanted to give back to the world. I've met some wonderful people in the last 5 years, and what they've given me, I'm not saying in monetary terms, just in friendships, etc. I had to repay them back. I had to repay a lot of people back, and everything is there for you if you want it. Just go for it. Just have a look. The company, Ask Hazel, we don't charge what people on Google are charging. We charge nowhere near it, and in fact, we're probably way too cheap. But it's my way of giving back and helping people, and I'm earning a little bit of an income off it. So that's that. It doesn't have to be so expensive. And yes, I understand people will think, oh, well, if it's really cheap, it's going to be a bit rubbish and blah, blah, blah. I've spent over 20 years in IT, and I know what I'm doing. I just want to make it more accessible to more people, because there's a lot of us that are out there that don't have big paying jobs. We can't afford £2,000 a month for SEO services. A couple £100 for someone to host my website, and marketing packages at £150, £200 a month. We haven't got that expenditure to hand. So, when you've checked out the competition, give me an email. It doesn't mean I'm signing you up, but I'll give you my view, and I'll do you a package. You take it, great. If you don't, I will wish you the best of luck, and we might bump into each other another time.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? There's no animosity there. If someone turns down your package, then that's fine. It's just not right for them at this time. So yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And again, the agencies that are out there, they've got to make a massive profit to cover all their overheads. Like us small guys, we don't need to do that. We're not here to become millionaires. We do it for the love of it. So yeah, wholeheartedly. There are some, I'm going to put this out there now, there are some, if you're in the spiritual groups, which I'm in quite a few, and I'm an admin of a few as well, I've seen over the past month certain posts coming up saying, free website design for my portfolio if you give me a review. Stay away from them. I've looked at quite a few of them, and they're all scammers. They're all either in Nigeria or some of the Far Eastern countries, and they don't tell you the full story of it. And if you are interested in having a website, have a look at one of my videos that I'm going to be posting, what you need to know about owning a website, and then to contact Hazel. Ask Hazel at askhazel.vip is the website, or me, of course, or both of us, because I'm sure this won't be the last time that we talk.
No, definitely not.
Certainly collaborate, definitely. So yeah, be careful with who you choose, and make sure that they are genuine. Have a look at their profile, make sure that their friends lists that they've got on there match their name, type of name. Is it an English name, and do they all have sort of Nigerian friends on there, or is it if it's a Nigerian name with all English friends on there, then it sounds like that's probably right as well. So be careful about looking at their profiles, making sure, especially if it's one of these that's offering the free ones, be careful. Yeah. So yeah, with that,
they are mainly scams, and when you message them, the grammar is very poor, which is always a quick one for me. And then they usually try and throw in that not only can they do your website, but if you send them $150, they'll do some witchcraft spells to get rid of the bad something that's around you at the moment. And it's like, okay,
there's a lot of scammers on there. There's a lot of scammers on Facebook. I mean, we, again, on this group that I'm on, that I admin for, there's probably about 60% of the people that's wanting to join are fake accounts or scammers, or just wanting to do voodoo and witchcraft and all sorts. It's rubbish. So yeah, we try to keep on top of it. So yeah, well, thank you, Hazel. I've really enjoyed our chat. I hope you have.
Yes, it's been great. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Fantastic. So yeah, we'll be in touch. Thank you again. Thanks for watching. And of course, don't forget where we are. Bye for now.
Bye.